Namo Narayanaaya. Respected friends, welcome. Sublime text Shri Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana by Sage Valmiki ji given. We are trying to study. A very good attempt on our part. This Vedanta study understanding happens slowly, takes time. Have to give our Shraddha time, patience. And by God's grace, slowly we are moving ahead. Same Rama Kripa, Vasishtha Kripa be on all of us so that we are able to really grasp the purport very deeply and digest it and live our life as prescribed here. Start with our Mangalacharana Shloka. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम वीरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेद व्यास वामदेव नारद आदि श्री रामायण महाशास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्म सदिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति ग्रंथस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ओम तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। ॐ पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धिदीर्षुरजनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आवेश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम। Om Sri Rama Sharanam Mama, Sri Ramayana Sharanam Mama, Sri Vasishtha Sharanam Mama, Shri Vishwamitra Sharanam Mama, Shri Valmiki Sharanam Mama, Shri Narada Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namah. Sri Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayana Shastram Trutiya Utpatthi Prakaranam Brahma Pratipadanam Nama Chaturdasha Sargaha Shri Vasishtha Uvacha. Friends, 14th Sarga Brahma Pratipadanam is the one we are studying. As the title goes, the Pratipatti, the establishment of Brahman, Brahman alone as real. This has to be million times heard, nay, infinite times heard till it is understood, it is accepted by us. Then the sadhana to realize that Brahman, whatever is required to be done, depending on where do we stand, that has to be done till that realization happens. Aparoksha Anubhuti. In that Aparoksha Anubhava of the Brahman as I am, no more bondages further. May this knowledge sink so deeply in us that even though we are in Kali Yuga, we, like the beings of the Satyuga, involve in this deep internal, intense Adhyatmic sadhana and realize the self and play the outer game. Like that, so many Mahatmas, Rishis are there even now in their own inner pristine glory of experience outside just playing the play. Jivan Muktas. Anytime they are there, every time they are there. Anybody can be so. These opportunities come to us. Let us deeply study Shastra, grasp it. Yesterday, yes, we were seeing the mantras 28th onwards, Sri Rama's Prashna. Before that, the earlier 3 4 mantras, let us browse through them. So beautiful it is. Listen consciously. कि जीवो बुद्धिः क्रियास्पन्दः मनो द्वित्वैक्यमित्यपि स्वसत्तां प्रकचन्तीं तां नियोजयति वेदने. See, jivaha, the jiva bhava, like you and I, so many jivas you see in different shariras. Buddhihi, the buddhi, the understanding, the ability to know, that is there in you and I. Kriya, the kriyas which we do with our karmendriyas. Spandaha, in the mind, the spandanas or the indriya spandanas. And mano, the mind with its vrittis, its sankalpas, its bhavanas. Then dvitvam, that you are different from me, somebody is different from me. Aikyam, that I say these upadhis are me. Iti api, all of these things, any number of things you mention in this world, swasattam prakachantim. To all of them, this Parabrahma has itself as the substratum, the Satta. So it only gives its Satta to all of them. So Swasattam Prakachantim Tam. So Tam Swasattam Prakachanti means it is giving its Swasatta only to all of them. Without the Satta of this Brahman, none of this can even exist. And not only that, Niyojayati, then Vedane. Then it alone again becomes the knower of all of them only. So try to be aware of what is said. Try to realize it on the seat of meditation. What is said is, whatever we see inside as Manobuddhi, Shariradi, Kriya Spanda, outside the Rupanama, that Brahman alone is supplying Satta to them, and that Brahman alone in its pristine, pure consciousness, Vedane knows that also. So the satta to all of them is given by the Brahma. The knowing of that things are also happening by the consciousness in us, which is Brahman only. Realize that Brahman. You know? By this, what is said? Those two things, without which no thing in the world can exist, both of them, belong to the Brahman. What are the two things that everything should possess to exist? First, the existence in them. Second, they should be known. If something is not existing and it is not known, it is not existing, it is not known. So, if anything is existing, the existence is required for it, supplied by Paramatma Tattva. And that existence of everything, certified by the consciousness, the knowingness, the knowing, the knowledge. That consciousness by which the things are known, also by Paramatma. Whether the existence and the consciousness is, let us say, of the jiva or of the buddhi or of the mana or the kriyas of the pranas and indriyas, even sharira, and the outside ditvam, the world that is seen. सबका सत्ता परमात्मा का है, सबको जान परमात्मा ही रहे हैं. That you have to realize. Okay? Then, very interesting. When this Brahman is not known, then only the satta of the Brahman only is given to all these things, which are nothing but kalpita. Interesting, na? Listen carefully the sentence. Sa abuddhaiva bhavatyevam bhaved brahmaiva bodhataha. So sa abuddha eva bhavati evam. So sa abuddha eva evam bhavati. Means the pure conscious existence Brahman. Not known alone is as if supporting the Rupanama with its Sat and Chit. Then Bhaved Brahmaiva Bodhata. Funny thing is what? Funny, interesting thing. Bodhataha. When the Brahman is realized, all so many multiple things which were seen, Anna, all of them are realized to be Brahman only. Again, this is a very sublime thing to be caught and contemplated upon. Sa Satta or Chita Paramatma, when not known by us as it is purely, the whole world of Rupanama will be there, to which the support of this Satta is given by the Sadbrahma. When Sadbrahma is known, all of them are known to be Sadbrahman only. They are never other than. Therefore, it is the abodha of the Brahman which is projecting so many things which are as if there and other than Brahman. Then bodhataha, when the bodha, the jnana happens, abodha goes, all of them are realized as Brahman. Then, very, very important discussion now. Abodha prekshaya yati nasham. Please, can you explain this abodha, ignorance of Brahman? A good question many ask. But the question is good, but it is not correct. Why? Because abodha prekshaya yati nasham. Praiksha means when the knowledge of the Brahman is gained, the ignorance of the Brahman goes. That's the only thing which works there. Natu prabudhyate. That Brahman, sorry, the avidya, the ajnana cannot be known. It can be eliminated, but it cannot be known. By having the knowledge, the ajnana goes away, but the ajnana cannot be known. Avidya Brahman cannot be known. Na prabudhyate. It can never be understood. So never ask what how is the ignorance like. Knowledge removes ignorance. Ignorance cannot be understood. A beautiful example. Ki yatandhakaro deepena prekshamana pranash. The pitch darkness is there. Try to see the darkness, understand the darkness, catch the darkness. Nayota. But deepena prekshamana, the moment the light is brought, the andhakara pranashati destroys. Nacha asya jnayate tattvam. But the tattva of this अंधकार, its matter क्या है, वो कैसे बना, ये सारे जान नहीं सकते. Remember here the darkness and there the pure, the ignorance. They are not substantial matter to be known. They are the absences. They go away when the presence happens. So the absence of the light is felt like the darkness. Therefore, when the light comes, darkness goes away, but darkness cannot be apprehended, understood. So too, the absence of Brahma Vidya appears to be the avidya. That Vidya of the Brahman when gained, this avidya goes away. Other than that, that ajnana, the avidya of the Brahma, cannot be jnayate, knowable or understandable. तो अज्ञान को निकाल दो, समझने का कोशिश मत करो. कैसे निकाले साहब? ज्ञान को पाओ, अज्ञान जाएगा. ठीक है? Now in this way, jivas, you and I, all of them, the upadhis are, all of them have satta, the Brahman only. Without that satta, the Brahman, they can't exist. Therefore, in the ignorance of Brahman, they seem to exist. But when the Brahman is known, all of them are known as Brahman only. Therefore, what is the position of all of them? In the ignorance of Brahman, independently existing. When the Brahman is known, they are all Brahman only. And when they independently exist as other than Brahman during the ignorance of Brahman, they create calamity, they create samsara. All the above said things. All what are the above things? Jiva, Samashti Jiva is Ishvara, Vesti Jiva and you and I. Buddhi, Buddhi of the Ishvara and our Buddhi. Manaha, Buddhi of the Samashti Ishvara and our Mana. And then Kriyas of the Ishvara and ours. सृष्टि स्थिति लय of the ईश्वर. एंड हम छोटा घर बनाते, मेंटेन करते, तोड़ देते. हमारा सृष्टि स्थिति लय इतना होता है. All of them create samsara when they exist. They should disappear to exist independently. If they exist, they have to exist as Brahman, like your servant. Should do what you say, then only can stay, or else he should not. So too, these things should exist as Brahman, not independent. That you have to understand. Therefore, he says, Evam Brahmaiva Jivatma Nirvivago Nirantaraha Sarvashakti Anadyantaha Mahachit Sararupavan. Evam, in this way, every Jivatma, you and I, and Samashti Jivatma Ishvara, Brahma Eva. See, तत्व से महावाक्य उपदेश हो गया. एंड दैट जीवात्मा जो ब्रह्म है, ब्रह्म का एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रहे हैं यहाँ कुछ वर्ड्स which throughout the Shastra will be hundreds of times repeated, told, which is our goal. So, evam jivatma brahma eva. And what is Brahma? Nirvibhagaha. This Brahman is undifferentiable. विभाग उनका नहीं किया जा सकता. Undividable. Therefore, nirantaraha. It is unbroken. Third, sarva shakti. He is the one, it is whose Shakti, because of all these kalpanas are happening. Anadi, he is beginningless, causeless. Anantaha, he is endless, eternal. Mahajit, he is the infinite consciousness. Sara Rupavan, he is the essence of everything. Sara means essence. That is the Brahman we have to realize. Nirvibhagaha, Nirantaraha, Sarvashakti, Anadi, Anantaha, Mahachit, Sarvarupavan. So this Mahachit is the Sarupa Lakshana of that Paramatma. बाकी सारे तटस्थ लक्षण. इसमें से निर्विभाग निरंतर from the standpoint of the vibhagas antaras which we are seeing, when we are seeing the divas, वे वो अलग अलग है. In him all of those differentiations are not there. Sarva Shakti, he is talking about his Shakti Maya Upadhi standpoint. And Sara Rupavan is what? Anything in this universe, even the subtle things called as Akasha Vayu. The Sara, the essence of all of them is he only, because he is the Sat. Next, beautiful thoughts. Sarva Ananutaya tu asya. Sarva Ananutaya means even an Anu also, not independent of him, never other than him. Therefore, even Anurupa also difference is not there in him. Sarva Ananutaya to Asya na kachit Bheda Kalpana. Very important thing. Therefore, in that Paramatma, the Bheda Kalpana, we always talk about the whole Jagat is Kalpana on the Paramatma. Here he says Bheda Kalpana bhi nahi hai. He is almost homogeneous. So sarva ananutaya tu asya na kachit bheda kalpana vidyate. And yahi kalanasa, whatever the even the Veda Kalpana, Kalpita, whichever is you imagine, sa tadeva, that Brahman only anubhutitaha, when you really experience it and see it. Therefore, whatever we see as if real, we think so. It's not real, it is Kalpana. Beyond the Kalpana is Brahman. Brahman is H1, that in him, Anumatra Kalpana of the Veda also cannot be done. Therefore, if at all you see the Kalpita Veda also, all of them are nothing but Brahman when you experience Brahman. So, Vidyate yahi kalana sa tadeva anubhutitaha. So, therefore, at the very highest level of intellectual understanding, the substratum of all of that is one, Satchit Paramatma. And on the deep meditational level, when we go beyond our own upadhis and realize our own self, finish. Everything is known to be that self, that Brahman, that Satchit Paramatma only. Simple example throughout life, remember. When the wave realizes its essence, the water, it realizes the essence or substratum of all waves to be one water, and that is it only. Neither that water is other than me, nor I am other than it. एक ही वन वाटर मेरे में इतने वेव्स कल्पित थे, उसमें से मैं वाटर ही एक वेव से तादात्म्य होके अपने आप को वेव मान रहा था. All of that is ignorance. Can any wave exist without water? Same way, can any individual jiva with all his upadhis, the jiva bhava, the buddhi, mana, indriya, can anyone exist without existence? It's a contradiction in terms. Without they don't exist only. That existence is Paramatma. And that is our essential nature. I am always Brahman. With Upadhi, I felt I am Jiva. Upadhis are Kalpita. Kick them, you are Brahman. Okay? Sarva ananutaya tu asya na kachit veda kalpana vidyate yahi kalana sa tadeva anubhutitaha. This is what. When you experience self and see everything in that self, that Brahman. This is how Brahma Pratipadanam is happening. Earlier in the earlier chapter, all that Srishti is nothing but the Swayambhu only. He alone is Sat, he alone expresses as Chitta, then he becomes knowingness. From that comes the sense of otherness, from that comes the Chitta, from that comes the Buddhi, from that comes the Mana, from that comes the Tanmatras, from that come the Panchamahabhutas, from that come the mixture of Panchamahabhutas, then all this Nama Rupa. Coming means Kalpita, not created. Just Kalpita only. That day when we grasp this sublime thought, that without touching or changing the Brahman, the Kalpana of all this happened on the substrate of Brahman by that infinite Shakti. If that is one day caught, तो फिर वेदांत का डेप्थ हमको पकड़ में आ रहा है. So therefore, when the process is deeply understood, then the acceptance becomes easier that everything is Brahman. But still, that Brahman, which is substratum, has to be realized. For that, all that which is projected on the Brahman has to be kept aside for the time being. For that only, saying that all these are Kalpana and Mithya. When they are Kalpana and Mithya, they can't give me Sukha, therefore I don't want them. Therefore I am Vairagi, my mind is calm and quiet. Now search out the self. When the self is searched out and found, all is that self only, all is that Brahman only. Sarvam tu Atma eva abhut. Yasmin sarvani bhutani Atma eva abhut vijanata. Go deeper in the understanding. Let this happen to us as we pursue this text continuously. यहाँ क्लास में कुछ बताया जाए, बाकी ऑन द सीट ऑफ कॉन्टेम्पलेशन यू हैव टू इंक्वायर. I am giving this information from the book. This becomes yours when you contemplate. Now, Ramji is asking a very interesting question. He already asked how many jivas and all. भगवान एक भी नहीं है और कितने होंगे? In reality, Brahman alone. Now, same again question. Sri Ram Vacha, evametat katham brahman eka jivechaya kilaha jagat jivana yujyante mahajiva ekatavashat. गुड क्वेश्चन है एंड व्हाट ए गुड आंसर. आई टोल्ड यू टुवर्ड द एंड यस्टरडे कि कल का टॉक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा. अब ये है ब्रह्मन. राम जी इज आस्किंग क्वेश्चन. एवं एतत् सो बी इट, मे इट बी सो, अंडरस्टूड, एक्सेप्टेड. है ना, लाइक इन 11th चैप्टर आल्सो भगवान को अर्जुन कहते हैं आपने जो कहा वो सब करेक्ट है, बट आई जस्ट वांट टू रियली बिलीव व्हाट यू से. टू बिलीव I want to see the rupa of yours as you told. And if you think I deserve to see, you show me. The shloka. Evametat yathathatvam. Yathatvam atha evametat. Atmanam parameshwara drashtum ichami te rupa. You told about yourself, I understood it. But that rupa of yours I want to see. Manne se tachakya maya drashtum iti prabho. Yogeshwara tattvametvam darshayatmanam. If you think I deserve to see, you show. Bhagavan shows, then gives divya darshan. I am telling all that one word evametat. So evametat means so be it. Understood. फिर भी my one question. What is it? कथम हे ब्रह्मन एक जीव इच्छया अखिला जगत जीवा न युज्यन्ति. When one jiva does one ichha, why that one ichha of one jiva is not the ichha of all jivas? And why each one's jiva or ichhas are different? They should be one only, na? Why? Mahajiva ekata vashat. Because Mahajiva is one only, the Ishvara or Swayambhu. With this being so, why not one Jiva's ichhas are the ichha of the others also? Why each one are different? Of this question's answer is very sublime. Question समझ गए ना कि एक जीव इच्छया अखिला जगत जीवा खत्म न युज्यन्त. एक जीव की इच्छा से बाकी सबके जीवों की वही इच्छा क्यों नहीं होते? अलग अलग क्यों इच्छाएं होते? And also when one jiva does ichha, it should be achieved by everyone also. Because Mahajiva ekata vasha. Mahajiv to एक ही है. And in that question only there is 70-80% of inquiry done by Sri Rama. There was just 30% more. If Vasishtha adds, the answer is obtained. Now listen. Very sublime answer, important answer, interesting answer, beautiful answer, and a redeeming answer, and relieving answer. मैं कहता हूं ये जवाब तो पकड़ लिया कोई भी बंदा उससे ज्यादा किस्मत वाला भी नहीं रहेगा. Are you ready? Listen carefully. Shri Vasishtha Uvacha. See that. महाजीवात्म तद्ब्रह्म सर्वशक्तिमयात्मकं स्थितं तथेच्छमेवेह निर्विभागं निरन्तरम्. Then यदेवेच्छति तत्तस्य भवत्याशु महात्मनः पूर्वं तेनेष्टमिच्छादि ततो द्वित्वमुदेति यत्. Wow, very good thought. I'm just gathering the words, trying to explain, wanting to explain. Start. First he says, Tad Brahma Mahajivatma. First is always catch Tad Brahma. Second, as it was said, he is the Mahajivatma, who is the Samashti Jiva, who is called Ishvara, who is called Swayambhu. Hiranyagarbha Sutratma. That Sutratma Hiranyagarbha Ishvara is Sarva Shakti Mayatmakam. He is Sarva Shakti Maya. He is infinitely powerful. Sarva Shaktimayatmakam Sthitam. Second point. Third point. First is Brahman. Second is Mahajivatma. Third is Sarvashaktimaya Atmakam. Fourth is important. Ki tatha ichchameveha nirvibhagam nirantaram. Tatha ichcha means it is his ichcha alone, sankalpa alone, nirvibhagam in an undifferentiated, unquestioned way, nirantaram, continuously being expressed. Therefore, in this Srishti, everything is his ichcha only. Try to grasp this thought. Try to catch this thought. Again, I am repeating. Tatha ichchame, tathechchameveha nirvibhagam nirantaram. Tat ichchameva, tatha ichchameva is his ichcha alone, nirvibhagam nirantaram. Point one. Second is what? Yadeva ichchati tatu tasya bhavati ashu mahatmana. And he being Sarvashaktimaya, whatever ichcha he does, that alone happens. So Parabrahma, Mahajivatma, Sarvashaktimaya, everything is his ichcha, and his ichcha every time, all the time gets fulfilled. Panchakam, Panchamaha Sutras, Brahman, Sarvajivatmakaha, Sarvashaktimaya, Nirvibhagam Nirantaram, Tatechayeva, then Yadeva Ichchati Tatasya Bhavati Ashu. 5 points. Sixth one. Purvam Tena Ishtam Ichchadi. In the beginning, it is his Ichcha only, because of which Dvitvam Udetiyata, the entire multiplicity duality has come. Sara multiplicity duality, whatever is seen, it is his Ichcha only. Sixth point. Seventh point. पश्चाद्वित्व विभक्तानां स्वशक्तीनां प्रकल्पितः अनेनेत्थं हि भवति इति एवं तेन क्रियाक्रमः. This is what very subtle point. That his own Ananta Shakti only, he only as if made into small parts and gave to that Shakti an individuality as if which you and I call as each of us our individual jivas. सो यहाँ एक बात रुक कर थोड़ा समझ लो एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू सी वेरी सटल थॉट अभी बता देते हैं वो ये है दैट इज व्हाई in all shastras first of all we are told to do very clearly categorically we are told to do this and that don't do this and that very categorically and what are all the shastras it is the ishvara vak ishvara order therefore it is ishvara through shastras telling every jiva what to do what not to do. Second point. Third is what? That's why whoever is Jiva, exactly living by what Shastra says, three things are happening. Whatever the Lord says through the Shastra, exactly that. Whichever the Jiva lives, three things happen. First, total dukkha rahityam in him. Second, sukha, saubhagya, shanti prapti in him. Third, he slowly evolves to realize his oneness with Paramatma. Conversely, whatever the Lord says through Shastra, whoever are not practicing, opposite of these three are happening. One, they are always feeling themselves to be other than apart from that Brahman. Second is what? No Ananda, Sukha. Third is always Dukhi. Now, understand. Once Bhagavan gave that Shaktis to us, his own Shakti, then he gave with that Shaktis that freedom for time being to use those Shaktis. That freedom is the one which all of us are misusing and creating chaos for ourselves individually, for others also, and for the total Ishvara. And whoever are misusing that freedom given, they are punished. Now, is it not? Every officer is given a freedom, every worker is given a freedom. हर जगह वो गिवन फ्रीडम को जो काम दिया उसके लिए यूज किया, ही इज प्रमोटेड, रिवार्डेड, सैलरी इज गिवन. दो कोई भी थोड़ा भी उसको मिसयूज करता है, will he not be punished? Like an officer given a power to sign, is it his power for any reason? No, no. It's a department or government has given is the power. पावर के साथ फ्रीडम दिया और उसको मिसयूज करके गड़बड़ किए तो आपको अंदर करते हैं कि नहीं. आई एम गिवन फ्रीडम विथ पावर, बट द पावर नेवर इज माइन. फ्रीडम इज गिवन टू डू द वर्क, not go against. But whenever we forget that we misuse the power given and misuse the freedom given, we suffer. That suffering is jiva. Otherwise, the jiva in tune with the reality always can experience his Brahmaswarupatha, can experience his Amshatva with Ishvara, can experience a joy as an individual also, if he follows whatever is said by Ishvara. And whoever is doing, they are getting all of that. All that proves what? That in this world, कुछ काम होता है तो केवल ईश्वर इच्छा से ही होता, ईश्वर संकल्प से ही होता. Therefore, you and I as individuals, do we have powers or not? Yes. Do we have the freedom or not? Yes. Do we have that option to rightly or wrongly use the freedom and power or not? Yes. Then wrongly used, what happens? Rightly used, what happens? That's what is the entire thing. Therefore, एक जीव का इच्छा सबका इच्छा क्यों नहीं होता? आंसर इज, कोई एक जीव को इच्छा नहीं होना चाहिए. फिर क्या होना चाहिए? जो ईश्वर इच्छा है वही होना चाहिए. द जीवा इज गिवन फ्रीडम टू हैव द इच्छा which is ईश्वर इच्छा, not his own. The officer is given a car to travel to do office work, not his own work. He can do, but he should not do. देखो, जब कार दिया गया है वो चलने को दिया गया है, चलता है इसलिए तो उसको कार के, बिकॉज वो चलता है कार ट्रैवल होता है. दैट कैन बी यूज फॉर ऑफिस वर्क, दैट कैन बी यूज फॉर योर ओन पर्सनल वर्क ऑल्सो, बट कैन बी यूज बट शुड नॉट बी यूज. वो वाला बारीक चीज हमको समझ में आना है. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? In the things given to us, in the things given to us, the power is same, that ability in that, the value in that is same, but that we use it as said by Ishvara for a purpose, or we use it for our own sankalpa. That differentiates whether we are matured or not, we are liberated or bound, we are going to be happy or becoming miserable. Everything like एक तलवार, एक चाकू है. It is the one which can cut. That is its power. It's unique. It remains in it. But do you use it for cutting vegetables or cutting किसी का finger? That is possibility. But what is to be done? Vegetable काटने के लिए चाकू है, not to cut other fellow's throat. है ना? 500 रुपए नोट. It has 500 rupee value. But in that value, the good things, bad things. Good things करने के लिए दिया गया हो, not for bad. Remember, what's our problem? But why in that knife? The power to cut somebody's finger or neck is there. It should not be there. Why in that 500 rupee note? The power for misusing is there. It should not be there. हम ये नहीं सोचना. It is not the way the power is used. The power is there in it. It is you in your ignorance misusing it. Therefore, you only suffer. This is a very subtle, crucial thing that they when understand and realize, then know that the whole powers, whatever that are given to me, are only to use as the Lord wants. इसलिए वर्णाश्रम dharma, which are given in the Shastra, only to follow them, all the Indra Pranamana Buddhi are given. That's all called Swadharma. The other purpose for which they are given are the Paramadharma, to know the self. सो जो काम दिया वो करने को, भगवान को पाने को, ये दोनों के लिए ही ऑल द powers abilities are given to us but not ours, they are all of Ishvara. Therefore Srushti Sthiti Laya, it's all Ishvara Ichha always. In that what each jiva should do, that also is Ishvara Ichha, should do. For that only he gave all Shastras and powers. Along with the power and the freedom is given, whoever is the jiva, misusing that freedom, doing his own personal sankalpas, he is suffering. Therefore, real surrender to the Lord is not Naril Chadao, Puja Kar, and do whatever you like. No. Real Sankalpa, surrender to Shri is knowing his Sankalpa and doing only that. And when I tune to him, it will be revealed to me. Maximum is revealed. वर्णाश्रम में हम कौन से वर्ण के हैं, कौन से आश्रम के हैं, वो आइडेंटिफाई करो, और उनके लिए क्या ड्यूटी है शास्त्र में ऑलरेडी बताया. वी आर सच ए फनी फूलिश फेलोज that we don't want to identify what's our identity, and to this identity what rules, regulations, orders are given by the Lord, we don't want to know it, and we just want to do whatever our mind says, our likings say, and for that we have the freedom given, we misuse it. Actually, first education is what, the moment he is sent to the Gurukula, first Gurukula को भेजो. गुरु नोस ये ब्राह्मण है, क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र है, इसलिए सबको कॉमनली फर्स्ट ब्रह्म ज्ञान दे देंगे, सेकंडली सबको अपने वर्ण आश्रम धर्म सिखाएं. Following the Varnashram Dharma, keeping the Brahman as the goal, people used to live, nobody is miserable, nobody is bound, everybody is liberated. अब क्या है, नो गुरु नो गुरुकुला, नो ब्रह्म ज्ञान एज लक्ष्य फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, नो वर्णाश्रम, so everybody is given powers, total freedom. So with the freedom, people are misusing the powers and creating chaos in the totality, creating chaos in the Ishvara Srishti Sthiti, creating chaos in the world in front, in their own life too. याद रखो, एक बड़ा सेंटेंस कहते हैं आज, क्या हमें जिंदगी में फ्रीडम है क्या कुछ करने के लिए? आंसर इज 100% फ्रीडम है, लेकिन जैसा भगवान ने कहा वैसे करने को. Therefore, question repeated, in our life do we have freedom or not? 100% we don't have freedom to do whatever we like. We have 100% freedom to do what Lord says. We have 0% freedom to do what we want to do. That's the difference between bondage and liberation. जो करना चाहिए, जो करना चाहते हैं, बस. What I have to do, what I want to do. These are only two things in life. What I have to do, what I like to do or want to do. There should be never liking and wanting. That's the bondage. That's all manokalpana. Likes and wants are kalpana of the mind. What is buddhi? Who am I? Who has sent me here? What he told me to do? That is the buddhi. And for all that, that buddhi is taken to the Guru. Guru through the Shastra tells, you are this, you have to do this. Isn't it? That's why in this life, those who have sold out their buddhi vyavahara to Shastra and Guru, they are never bound and never suffer. And those who have maintained their own separation and do whatever they want or like, they suffered themselves, they troubled the world. This is the essence here. First point is what? Brahman. Second, Mahajivatma. Third, Sarvashakti Mayaka. Fourth, it is everything is his icha. Fifth, whatever his icha, that alone happens. That's why anything when I do icha, if this is in line with Ishvara's, it will happen. If not, it will appear to happen, but later on it goes away. Many times it doesn't happen only. इसलिए in our Hindu Sanatana Dharma, the common sentence said by all people, whether they highly educated or not, luckily not educated, that whenever something doesn't happen, they say, ईश्वर की इच्छा नहीं है. How much ever ignorantly they may say a sentence, but it is the highest truth. Ignorantly means without awareness. And the people used to say, they sing also. If something has happened successfully, they say it is Ishwarecha. In both cases, because it's Ishwarecha, they are not disturbed. इस बार मैंने खेत ठीक तरह जोता ही नहीं, है ना, कुछ मेहनत किया ही नहीं, बट फिर भी इतना फसल आया, ईश्वरेच्छा। कभी कभी मैंने इतना खेत जोता, इतना मेहनत किया, पूरा करके भी जो एक्सपेक्ट किया एक 10 का भी उसमें मुझे वो फसल नहीं हुआ, ईश्वरेच्छा। Isn't it? विचित्र, एवरीथिंग। माय एल्डर डॉटर, फर्स्ट रिश्ता एकदम देखते ही पक्का हो गया, चट मंगनी पट ब्याह, 1 महीने में शादी हो गई, वो गई है ससुराल में, शी हैज गॉट 3 चिल्ड्रन इन 2 3 4 years। ईश्वर इच्छा। तो सेकंड डॉटर 10 साल से ढूंढ रहे, वो लड़का नहीं मिल रहा, ईश्वर इच्छा। देखो, सो टू द एल्डर सन, इतना मेहनत कराया, पढ़ाया, नौकरी में लगाया, गधे का सेटल ही नहीं होता। द यंगर वन हु इज 8 years younger to him got graduation, immediately got job, he settled। ईश्वर इच्छा, ईश्वर इच्छा। You understood how slowly we have to shift our life from Jiva Srishti to Ishvara Srishti by dropping our ichhas and living life as per Ishvara Ichha. And when we have tuned to the Ishvara with total devotion, then what is his ichha expresses through us. And means he is revealed to us. Like मुझे लगता है ये जो डेली सत्संग भगवान करा रहे, ये मेरे ही संकल्प से नहीं हो रहा, ईश्वर इच्छा से हो रहा। अब जब तक उनकी इच्छा होगी होगी, जब नहीं है तो रुक जाती है। You attend, don't attend, who attends, who doesn't attend, ईश्वर इच्छा। I have no problem. So that's why a highest person says, "Oh Lord, one, may your ichha alone fulfill through me. Second, let me know what's your ichha. Let that alone I do." And how you do you really, how it reveals to me what is Ishvara ichha? Simple technique. Don't have your own ichhas, your own personal projects. है ना? And whenever I expect something outside grasser, it's personal. Like a classes कर रहा हूँ मैं, the outer expectation of, है ना, some respect, some name, fame, some प्रचार, some money, कुछ भी मैं किया ये मेरा पर्सनल हो जाएगा, then it's not ईश्वर कर्म, then it creates samsara too. When none of these things are expected, just pravachana is going on, and in that I am also trying to become little clearer in the understanding, which is a goal, then it is ईश्वर इच्छा। तो ईश्वर इस तरह से लगातार सत्संग कराते हुए ही इज वांटिंग टू गिव दैट सब्जेक्ट क्लियरली टू मी। ये मेरे, मैं कह रहा हूँ ये ईश्वर इच्छा मेरे लिए, एंड दोज आर कमिंग रेगुलरली टू देम आल्सो। ईश्वर हैज गिवन सम मीन्स फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड, एंड फॉर यू देयर इज नो आउटर एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट, लाइक आई डोंट हैव एनी आउटर, बस ये तत्व ज्ञान समझ में आए, एंड तत्व ज्ञान के द्वारा मोक्ष देना तो ईश्वर की इच्छा ही है ना, और वो भी हमारा इच्छा हो गया तो मैच हो गया। सो कम रेगुलरली स्टडी, रियलाइज द सेल्फ। So too in the Vyavahara Ishvara Ichha is dharma, not adharma. Positive values, not negative values. So too the prema, all of them are is Ishvara Ichha. Dvesha and all of them are Jiva Ichhas. So in all Shastras, never it is told, tu gussa kar, tu badla le, tu katal kar, tu adharma kar, tu jhoot bol. Is there any Shastra it's written? If it is there, it is you who have written. Yeah, it may be written by a Ravana Sur. या कोई ऐसे राक्षस लिखा होगा। All positive is Ishvara Ichha. Now when you do positive, you are in tune with Ishvara. I like this subject so much, very clear. Therefore, it clear it is Paschat Dvitva Vivaktanam Swashaktinam Prakalpitaha. Anena ittam hi bhavati iti evam tena kriya kramaha. So he only did the Sankalpa of division of his Shaktis, and to those Shaktis he gave a covering, and that is called as Jiva. And each Jiva should do this. That's what is Sankalpa. That's how all the Indradi Devatas, Brahmadi Devatas, every one of them do what the work is given to them. So whole nine planets in their own place doing their work. Varuna, Vayu, Agni, they are not a problem to the God because they are given what to do and they do only that. Okay. Next one. Tam vinanudayetu asam pradhanechaiva rohati shaktya hi ajataya brahmya niyamoyam prakalpitah. See, tam vinanudayetu asam pradhanechaiva rohati. From all of them, when they don't maintain their own individuality, the expressed jivas right from Brahmadeva up to us, what will happen? Pradhana icha eva rohati. Two things. जब कभी हम अपना स्वयं का इच्छा if we don't maintain, his इच्छा only will express through us. Second, even if we try to have our own icha, that will be thwarted. Finally, his icha only will express. That's the meaning of Satyameva Jayate. Because Lord's icha is Satya only, it only has to be victorious. In between, for some time, we may do this and that nonsense. So why take that risk of having our own icha most of the times or all the time it is contradictory to Ishwara icha? क्यों? बकवास. Just do what Ishvara wants. You are liberated. That's called liberation in living. When we know and live what is Ishvara. Now, Shaktya hi ajataya brahmya niyamoyam prakalpita. This is Brahma's Shakti, which is never separate apart from him, independent from him, because of which this niyama is prakalpita, that finally Ishvarecha only will happen. So, what is the question of Brahma? जब एक बंदे का इच्छा है तो वो इच्छा सबका क्यों नहीं होता? तो आंसर इस क्या है? एक बंदे का इच्छा होना ही नहीं चाहिए. जो इच्छा है ईश्वर का वही चलना चाहिए. His question is Jagat Jivan Yujit Mahajiva Ekatavashat. When the Mahajiva is one, from him so many jivas came. Why not one jiva's desire is other jiva's desire? That's what his question. The answer is one jiva ka desire hona hi nahi chahiye. Jiva is not made and never given power and never given freedom to have his icha. No. Who made Jiva Ishvara? Why he made? He has his own project and do that only, no? इससे ज्यादा दिमाग है करके सोचते रहना वो बेवकूफी है. Just because I have mind and intellect, I go and do sankalpa and think and I entertain my own whims and fancy. It's wrong, no? Like there is a road, you have a steering, and road is there, and next service roads are there or khet bhi hai, and you are steering in your hand, and you have a ability to move. Just because the ability to the move, just because you can move the steering, just because the place is in front, अब कहीं भी घुमा के ले जाओगे क्या? Do we do that? You just don't do that steering ऐसा वैसा. You can, but you won't. Common sense तो use करते हो ना? And you don't go even to the service road. Forget about entering into the fields. Even 100 kilometers you drive, don't to drive on the road. Same common sense use in the whole life. The power and freedom is of the mind intellect. Like the power of steering and power of the car, anywhere it can go, means anything it can think and do. No, you should not do. As the steering should be turned in such a way that the wheels of the car and car are only on the road. So too, all these powers have to be used only to know and do what Ishvara wants from us. Ishvara wants only two things, Swadharma and Paramadharma. Swadharma in Vyavahara, Paramadharma is spiritual. Only these two things he wants us to do. And that's why to establish this only, whenever the individual or group of people go out of the track, he comes as an avatara, kicks those fellows and re-establishes dharma. स्वधर्म और परम धर्म. इतनी छोटी बात समझने के लिए हमारे बुद्धि तैयार ही नहीं है. देखो उतने सारे हम स्व इच्छाओं में हम फंस गए. स्व इच्छा स्वेच्छा स्वेच्छा होना नहीं चाहिए हमको. Therefore, should we have freedom or not? 100% to do what Lord says. Should have freedom not? 0% if we want to do what we want. ये है सारांश आज का. देन नेक्स्ट वन, यस्या जीवा विधानाय शक्तिपेक्षा फलत्यसौ प्रधान शक्ति नियमानुष्ठानमेन विना न तु. That's why in any jiva, whatever he does, if it happens, it is Ishvara sanctioned it, then only it happens. When Ishvara sanctions, then it cannot be wrong. Some cases में immediately ठीक लगता है, बाद में गलत प्रूव होता है. कोई कोई immediate गलत प्रूव होता है, बाद में ठीक लगता है. This topic again little more crucial thinking has to be done. Tomorrow we'll do. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamas. Today we have understood one thing. Parabrahma, he is Ekajiva. So all Shaktis are his only. His Icha only. Uh, he only functions. Finally, that only prevails. He only, his own Shakti divided and he gave a covering to each Shakti. They are called individual Jivas. They are made for him to play the play of the creation, not that with the given power and freedom that they do whatever they want. And don't question कि I तो है freedom, जो भी करना चाहता हूँ मैं कर सकता हूँ ना. कर सकते हो लेकिन नहीं करना चाहिए. चक्कू का एग्जाम्पल, गला काट सकते हो लेकिन काटना नहीं चाहिए. कार का एग्जाम्पल है, इधर भी घुमा सकते हो लेकिन घुमाना नहीं चाहिए, है ना. 10वां मंजिल का एग्जाम्पल है, उसमें से जंप कर सकते हो लेकिन नहीं करना चाहिए. पॉइजन है, पी सकते हो लेकिन पीना नहीं चाहिए. इतने चीजें कर सकते हो ना, वो भी करो. Isn't it? Somebody said like, Krishna did all that, I will also do. But Gurudev said, first thing Krishna did was, he drank poison. पहले पी ले, फिर जिंदा है तो फिर बाद में सोचेंगे. भगवान कृष्ण हैड द पॉइजन, नो पूतना. अब तो कृष्ण की तरह तुम करना है, करो, पहले विष पियो, जिंदा हो, फिर देखेंगे बात की बात. Freedom cannot be. The joy in life is not to have freedom. And what we think as freedom is slavery to our own mind, our own vasanas, our own sense organs. हम इधर फ्रीडम चाह रहे, इधर स्लेव है और वहां फ्रीडम चाह रहे. ना ना ना, हमको यहाँ स्लेवरी को छोड़ना है. हाउ कैन द माइंड इंटेलेक्ट थिंक? He should only think how to do what is told. That also is told. But our intellect mind are given only to know what to do and how to do, which is already given. Just do it. जैसे आर्मी में कोई है तो उनको व्हाट टू डू, फाइट विद द एनिमीज, हाउ टू डू विद दिस राइफल, दैट्स ऑल द ट्रेनिंग इज गिवन टू देम. Isn't it? That's what you'll have to do. If he says नहीं नहीं मैं अपने दोस्त से गुस्सा हो गया, मैं उसी पे गोली मारूंगा, ऐसे कोई कोई करते हैं. अरे that's not the rifle is given or training is given. You have to do with the rifle only shooting up. So to ऑपरेशन के लिए डॉक्टर को सारे. अब वो डॉक्टर ये कहता है मनो वो हेल्दी फेलो है, मैं उसको भी ऑपरेशन करता हूँ. यू कैनॉट डू. जो बीमार है उसी को मरना है ना. उसकी लेफ्ट किडनी खराब है तो यू डू दैट ओनली. नो नो आई लेफ्ट लेफ्ट लॉन्ग बैक, मैं राइटिस्ट, मैं राइट का करता हूँ. राइट का ठीक है, फिर भी मैं कर सकता हूँ. अरे हाउ मच ऑफ फूलिशनेस इट इज. One thing carry home today, I should not have freedom of what I want to do or I like to do. Realize it. Let us do what Ishvara wants. Ishvara only do Swadharma or Paramartha. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Next text come.